Alright folks, this is Paragon RG, and we are spectating some Delhi matches today. The Delhi Sultanate nerfed pretty hard, but some players are making it work, so we're trying to keep an eye on those players and how they're doing it. BlueElephanto is not a player I am familiar with, nevertheless he is very close to the top of the ladder. He is actually ranked 9th right now, I believe, unless the rankings have changed in the last hour or so. So very tip-top player. We want to keep an eye on his build order. Now Delhi do start with additional wood. Looks like he's not going to place a mosque immediately and is instead going to use that wood for a dock. Okay, I was going to say he can't afford one. No, he's already placed it. So the dock already coming down, and that still gives the wood that Elephanto needs for a house, lumber camp, and he can add the mosque when he needs to. In the meantime, he'll need a lot of villagers on wood, as he has here, to support a fishing economy. And Delhi is actually quite nasty early game because their fishing ships can shoot. So if he can get out a single villager, fishing ship here rather, so this villager is going to head home. The fishing ship will pop out, and the Khan can't really threaten it. They have, actually, he has a little more range than the fishing ships, but he won't really do any damage to fishing ships who will be healing near the dock anyway. So all I'm getting at, Delhi very good on hybrid maps. So that may be part of how players are making them work. They're using them as a more specific civ that has bonuses on specific map types. So that's BlueElephanto on the east side of the river in the red, and in the blue we have Sjow. I've heard the pronunciation Sjow as well. I'm not sure about that, so I'm going to stick to Sjow for now. So we have Sjow in the blue as the Mongols. He has a dock coming up now. So, and actually his villager is being harassed already by this scout and is in danger of dying. So even with this Khan around, I'm not so sure this dock goes up. So this is a big move from BlueElephanto, killing that villager. And now this dock is quite a bit slowed by the Mongol player. So Mongols start with, I think, 200 wood in order to help build their ovo. Now, something you can do if you're really determined is go dock first as the Mongols, because, well, if you don't expect to use your ovo for a little bit, or you have other priorities, there's no reason why you can't start by making a dock. So had he done that, the dock would be up. This villager, a little worried to come out right now. I think he should just send 2 villagers, and one of them can, you know, when they're done, they can place a tower, or just head home, or fish some of the shore fish themselves. So I worry about this play. I think this dock has been much too delayed, and that's good play by BlueElephanto with really just single scout usage. So excellent heads up play from him. And in the meantime, he's already on 4 fishing ships. So on the other hand, having to use his sheep and on wood as well. So this is an awkward spot for him. Look how much wood he has in the bank. He's probably banking. Okay, so he did get a villager here eventually. Makes me, how many has he lost? 21 economy. 50. Oh, that's fishing ships. So BlueElephanto has a, to be honest, a massive lead right now. Now at least this dock does go up for the Mongol player, but I really think if you're planning on going dock, you have to make sure it happens. Mongols are often considered really good on these maps as well. I mentioned the Delhi fishing ships that can shoot. Well, Mongols can build a barracks beside their ovo and double produce spearmen. So they can be running out and destroying docks and things like that. However, they won't have nearly as much success, especially once the Delhi player reaches a certain, let's say, critical mass of fishing boats, at which point there will be enough ranged fire from them that the spearmen will be effectively useless. So, difficult for the Mongol player in this situation. We see a tower going up now, but again, he has to worry about this villager's life. So, I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised, like, you know, bring a fishing ship or 2 down here and make sure this tower doesn't go up. with that range attack, it seems worth it to me. Because as it stands, this tower is going up. So I'd love to see that from BlueElephanto. And these towers, there's one going up here as well, they really determine... Oh, and he does prevent it because... Yeah, it's hard to tell with towers sometimes, but this villager is currently dying to the scout. So not learning his lesson the first time around. You know, there need to be 2 villagers there, because then they can at least turn around and poke the scout. The Khan himself isn't enough to really take down this scout. In fact, you can see it heals. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back here for the Khan. Just about. So his tower does go up, and it really does solidify the rest of the river for that player. Especially if you have a villager, you can pop into it, or you get arrow slits on that tower. Because, something to note, now we can't see the attack here, but towers get 25 bonus damage against ships. So you really don't want to push into even a simple tower. I should say outpost with the relevant upgrades. That's Age of Empires 2 terminology from me, so my mistake. Now, Sjow has reached a feudal age. On the other hand, BlueElephanto is almost there himself and a second dock going down. So I expect to see some arrow ships, probably, unless he wants to go even harder on the fishing. But I don't see a reason for a second dock for that. And we see there's no ships coming out yet. So, yeah, I kind of expect, and he saved up wood and gold, so I expect to see some attack ships. And we see a Dao coming out. Now, that being said, I don't know what it will do against the tower. I mean, he can move past and then maybe camp here-ish. But of course, his opponent can take these fish as well. So, one way or another, maybe even just trying, if he can get attack ships, I should say arrow ships, Daos, he can hang out here. Your ships can go across this area, as can land units. Okay, so we already have a battle here. Light junk coming out from Sjow, who arrived to the feudal age earlier, and only now does the first Dao come out from BlueElephanto. Interesting. So 2 light junks out here from Sjow. Let's take a look at his base. He did go up with the deer stones. You see all these villagers have that yellow gold highlight around them, so they're all moving 15% faster, and we see an archery range beside the Ovo. So double produced archers are coming out. Sjow has quite a bit of stone saved, which he is likely going to keep using to pump out his military. I don't see too much in this for Sjow. I mean, I guess he has 3 Daos now. If he gets enough, maybe he can push in. BlueElephanto is starting to complete his economic upgrades. Herbal medicine coming in. Sanctity hasn't come in yet, so that's still 4 or 5 minutes off. That's just okay. He's quite a bit on gold here. So I guess that's for the ships. I can't think of any other reason to have so much gold. Something to note is that the deli doesn't need... Oh, archers here as well. The deli doesn't need the gold for upgrades. So, because all of their upgrades are free. So you really need a reason to be on gold like that for deli. So I'm wondering what it is that BlueElephanto is working on. No sign of the castle age yet, although he does have enough gold that he has saved for it. And it looks like he's saving food as well. So yeah, some of that gold likely spent on ships, and he'll keep saving the food that he needs. Where is... Oh, you're right. It's all fishing ships. I was going to say, where is his food economy? Silly me. It's all here, and it is quite efficient. Maybe not the generation he needs, to be honest, to get to the castle age. Let's take a quick look at... So Sjow hasn't clicked up either. Food-wise, he's definitely closer. Gold-wise, he is not. So we'll see how this goes. Daily player, I don't see a market. So, you know, sometimes a player might just buy their way up. They have too much gold, spend it on food, and click up. So Sjow pretty close to getting there with his food now. His archers and Khan are lurking, and I like that position a lot. He can use them to push on his opponent's ships, which he's doing now, and he outnumbers BlueElephanto by enough now that he has to be pretty careful here. Yeah, ship going down. I'm guessing at least one more will go down. And he should be really careful. Looks like he's trying to pull back damaged ships. Yeah, BlueElephanto losing ships. His fishing ships are doing their best to repair, though. Yeah, I would love to have seen arrow slits on this. It would help so much. Archer's going into the tower now, so this is going to be even more difficult to push into now. Yes, he destroyed a couple of the ships of BlueElephanto, but the fishing continues. You know, I wouldn't consider that a successful push. You know, lots of his effort and energy going into that. These archers could be poking around, right, trying to hit the wood line here. Things like that. Instead, he's very, very focused on this river. He does at least have some fishing economy up of his own, although it is definitely much lower than that of his opponent. What is he shooting at? Shooting at sheep or the town center? Little hard to tell, so not the best there from Sjow. Let's see what he can scout. Rather, let's see what he has scouted. He doesn't really know about this tree line. Now, you should suspect there's a tree line somewhere around here, and he's going to take out at least one villager on the gold as well. So, well played by Sjow. Archer's pushing out now from BlueElephanto, and Sjow can click up. He can click up, and I hope he does it any second now. No siege engineering from him, so we're not going to see a ram push. I mean, one thing could be to potentially trick your opponent into building a bunch of dows and then just go across and ram push him. So BlueElephanto needs to be careful here. He is outnumbered. He has clicked up to the Castle Age, and it looks like his opponent has as well. I see the resources quite a bit reduced. So House of Learning going down from BlueElephanto, which is no surprise. That will provide some nice, unique upgrades like Honed Blades, which improves the men-at-arms. So another push here from Sjow, and he probably killed a bunch of fishing ships. I see only 6 fishing ships here now from BlueElephanto. The step readout coming from Sjow. This will increase his gold generation quite a bit. This landmark means that when you drop off gold to it, the gold is increased by 50% magically. So you drop off 10 and you get 15. And that is fantastic. That is better than having their resource collection speed increased by 50%, because that would actually reduce the amount of gold here quite a bit faster as well, whereas it's going to go down at the same speed. And you see he sort of moves villagers here, gets them to mine this gold, and now they're going to, you'll see 15 gold per villager dropping off gold. So very nice from Sjow. Points-wise, this is pretty close, and it definitely feels close. It looks like, in the end, Sjow has had some success pushing in and killing fishing ships. Did that... Oh, I was going to say, did that ship just disappear? No, it just popped into here. And there is a demo ship coming out now. So, this should be pretty destructive. And this is something... Blow it up. Yeah. That's... Oh, I don't think that one got the explosion off. So that's pretty punishing, and I'm actually kind of surprised the... Oh, these are Sjow's archers. That's my mistake. A little confused on that front. So a lot of this navy down and injured, but really needed that second demo to connect. So by this point, yeah, only 3 fishing ships left from BlueElephanto. Actually, 5. The question, I guess, is, does he need them? So, did he get what he needed out of the river? Of course, there are more fish in the river, right? Fish all the way down here, so you might even later dock somewhere here. At which point, you could continue gathering fish for the rest of the game. So in a good spot that way. But to be honest, I'd like to see a more significant commitment to water. I mean, if you're going to take water, I'd like to see a player use the water. Now, of course, he gets general map control because he can make sure his opponent can't cross at the crossings. But I really would like to see, 5 or 10 more fishing ships out. It'll still take a long time. Like, there's 1,000 food in each one of these, right? So, add a dock, go crazy with fish, and use your water advantage. Whole bunch of demo ships coming out from BlueElephanto. I'm not sure if I like this play. So, really nicely separating his ships. So, not a lot of damage in there at all, and that was 4 demo ships, so pretty expensive. Nice play by Sjow to separate all of his arrow ships. The light junks, you can see, get plus 10 damage versus incendiary ships. So they are the correct counter to the demo ships, and spreading them out like that. And you can see he's much more careful now, sending only 1 in here or there. This one's going to move forward, target down the ship, and you'll see its health go down very quickly. No damage done. So Sjow doing a really nice job on water now. But give me some more fishing ships. Give me a few more. The Delhi has taken this sacred site up top. That's an excellent play. This will provide, you can see that's plus 66 gold. So that every 20 seconds is a huge boon. And Delhi has made the switch into knights. So I wouldn't be surprised if Honed Blades is... It's, yes, taking forever. 9 minutes left. But those knights will get a pretty nice bonus once that is in. Whoops. Sorry about that. Pretty nice indeed. These knights crossing the bridge, having a look around, looking to see if there's any economy that can be picked off. And given that Sjow knew this, he needs to be careful. He's pulling veteran archers back. Of course, archers not very good against knights, but if they still help on the defense. I'm sometimes pretty fascinated by movements of these top level players, their army movements. So he looped back around. Sjow will really have no idea where these knights are now. And in the meantime, this gave BlueElephanto more information. He wanted to know, does his opponent have a dock up here? Is he on this boar? Things like that. And in the meantime, Sjow is going to be paralyzed at home because he knows there are knights on his side of the map. Light junk here being pretty annoying from Sjow, just chipping away at this dock of BlueElephanto. Wolf putting in that work, trying to kill a villager. Hopefully BlueElephanto notices that any minute. Big farm economy coming in now from the red player. This is pretty expensive. He does have the resources though. You can see 700 wood in the bank. Wants to convert that into a better food economy, especially knights. So keep an eye on the minimap there. You see the knights looping around the back. I just want to keep an eye on what's going on up here. I see 13 scouts, 9 veteran archers. These scouts are either in trying to be ready for siege from the Mongol player, which is very, very common. And with the blacksmith, siege engineering is in. So this archer army can throw up springolds. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I missed this. I'm sure he saw it. 6 springolds chipping away at his dock. Not doing a ton of damage to it, but they will take it down eventually. And scouts are one way to counter springolds. They're 60 resources. Really, really cheap. They're faster than a unit like men-at-arms or spearmen. And they get torch damage just the same as everyone else. With bonus against siege. I think that's general. That's no different than other torch damage. Let's take a quick look. 17 scouts in there now. These knights, looks like they met some sort of combat. I think I missed that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they hit the gold here. Well, come to think of it, if they hit it, you'd think they'd hang around longer because you can only fit 5 villagers in here. So more damage could definitely be done. But crossbows coming out now from Sjow to protect that area and make it just that much more difficult for BlueElephanto to raid. Those knights moving up the minimap there. Knights here as well being pushed back. The sacred site is being neutralized by the blue player. The knights coming back in here, going to take as many villagers as they can. Jumping on the crossbows. This is a good play. Right? Kill that crossbow army. This tower won't be doing very much to him at all unless... Oh, it looks like it... Does it have this? Yeah, it does have the springled upgrade, so it should be somewhat effective against knights, but he kills a bunch of villagers here, and now Now blue has to be careful about red. He knows there are knights back there, and they can come back at any time. And now you'll see he needs to send more units to deal with it. So we see men-at-arms and crossbows headed out now. Blue player definitely making significant inroads onto the red side of the map. But for the meantime, retreating. So I'm wondering what he hit. Is he just not ready to commit? Because I feel like you could push right into this. And I don't think this scout army has been shown. So the knight's still here. Going to get more villager kills. So really nice work from BlueElephanto with those knights. And his opponent's at 49 economy, 48, and he's at 58. So this knight rate alone has probably given him that advantage. I would expect it was pretty even before, and it would definitely be in red's. It would be red's advantage in general if blue hadn't pushed him off water. So good play by both of them to consolidate and harass the part of the map that they're interested in. And that's Springled Army. Where has it made its way to? So it's right in the middle. I would love to see it. So even more Springleds coming down. Holy moly. I would love to see this be more active. This is a lot of scouts, but, you know, 25 scouts. 10, 12 Springleds. I gotta go with the Springleds there. I could be wrong. They are more resources in total as well. So this scout army can be replaced, and of course there are knights as well. But there are other units here, right? We have the archers, the men-at-arms, to help deal with both the knights and the scouts. So red is pushing across the map here. Looks like the knights were finally cleared up at the bottom. Springled's going to be taking shots, and the casualties on the knights will be really nasty here as the Springleds get in. But something I'd like to see players do is spread out those Springleds. These Springleds are a much easier target here. He's moving now, making it more difficult. But these scouts will probably take out every Springled now. If you can jump on them as a big mass, it's much less running around. And that running around is a lot of time where the rest of your army is killing the scouts, including the Springleds getting more shots off. So looks like these Springleds will be going down. This is more or less an army wipe. Red also doing a good job with that elephant. Its tusks should do pretty well against Springleds in general. Boats also helping out from Sjow, chipping away. See if he can keep this elephant alive, but I think it will be difficult. That Springled is actually faster than the elephant. Interesting to me now that blue is ahead in points. I'm wondering if I missed... Is there something I've missed? Because, well, I guess that was an army wipe for both of them. But if you look at the actual resources lost, that was a lot of siege lost. Quite a lot of siege going down from the blue player. Blue is towering steadily toward his opponent. We'll see if he's got any upgrades on these. He does. Springled upgrade here. Right, and Mongols don't get the stone tower upgrade. So Springled upgrade there. This will make his reinforcements quite a bit faster. Keep in mind he has the deer stones, which give him that yam network aura boost. Yeah, yam speed aura. So, and those are applied to all units, including the Springleds, which I think is maybe a little weird. But this will let him get in and out really nicely. Elephant notices this, is going to pop out, try to take out some towers. I don't think this is going to work out. There is a Springled targeting down the elephant. The army, which includes 5 Springleds, coming in from blue now. So red needs to be very careful with these elephants. Pardon me, get some water. These elephants can be considered a little bit of a trap as well. Keep in mind, this doesn't look like much, but it is 2,000 resources to make these 2 elephants. Right, that's more than half the resources you need to get to the Imperial Age. So that is a really big deal. That being said, 5 Springleds is also 2,000 resources. So it's just, don't let your elephants get sniped by Springleds. And elephants are not considered siege, so after the nerf, Springleds will do quite a bit less damage to them, and that should act as a nice sort of indirect buff 2 elephants into Delhi in this game. Did I see plus 15? That's odd. Oh no, that's the drop off. I was thinking that was the Mongol raid bonus for a minute and was a tad confused about it. Okay, so Springald's chipping away at the tower here. More tower upgrades? Not yet. Okay, so continuing to fish. Again, I still would have preferred more fish added. Man-at-Arms being pretty successful at raiding on the side of the map there, and now they're actually running into the base. So they're not long for this world. They will go down. Let's take a quick look at the population. So 71 economy for BlueElephanto, 58 for Sjow. I think not adding fishing ships is a significant mistake here. BlueElephanto actually has way too much wood, so I don't know what his plan is with that wood. I think he needs to balance that economy, and that could go into elephants or knights or whatever it is you need, or just contribute to getting to the Imperial Age. Keep going up on Elephanto's front lines. That will actually help against the Springalds quite a lot, and of course in Imperial Age it can be upgraded with a cannon, which can be quite nice. Looks like Red thinks that Sjow's Springalds are out of position. I don't think they are. I think Sjow's doing a really nice job with this push. He's keeping his units together. Springalds are just slightly forward. So his opponent won't really see this. Let's take a quick look at what he sees. So he'll see the Springalds. That's pretty much it. But in reality, there's a pretty large army around them, waiting to kill scouts, knights, whatever it is. So keep going up in the front. Something I'd love to see from Delhi. The tech takes way too long now after the most recent patch. But this village fortresses tech is awesome. Keeps act like town centers. I mean, this is a way that Delhi can potentially scale in the mid-game while grabbing territory. So playing a sort of turtle style where each of your keeps acts as a town center, and you actually boom on the back of that. So hoping to see that, praying for it perhaps, but probably not while the tech takes so long, because during that 19 minutes, you won't be able to... Okay, 14 now. I'm assuming more scholars are garrisoned. But in that time, you won't be able to research boiling oil. Oil takes 17 minutes. And yeah, you won't be able to get a Springald, which he's going to choose to do right now. So very slow and steady here. I'm wondering if maybe some trebuchets, some traction trebuchets from the Mongol player to take down the keep. Maybe not focus on the keep at all. Maybe the keep is just a bit of a diversion. I mean, there's no reason why, not a diversion, but it's a big look at me in the front of his base, right? Where you might imagine swinging around here is more profitable for blue. Red does get some lancers into his opponent's villager line, and to be honest, I think this is how BlueElephanto could win the game. Economy 64 for Sjow and 76 for BlueElephanto. So the fact that he's kept ahead in that regard, and looks like he will continue to do, means that as long as he can hold this, he has a pretty big advantage. So his goal will basically be, like, if he can run in here and crush this, he can push right across the river and potentially win the game. In the meantime, he's definitely on the defensive, but look at this farm economy. 29 farms here. So, love to see that from BlueElephanto. He knows he can't get too far out on the map. There are deer here he could use, but he may not feel like it's particularly safe. You know, even just being so close to this tower, there's no reason why 10 archers can't pop up and then pop back, killing all the villagers on that deer line. Yeah, I mean, these units are just so bad at taking out buildings. I understand that that's not the point. That's not why they're here. But that makes me think a single trebuchet here could be so effective. You know, the minutes he's been here, he could be taking out town centers. Okay, so that is a lot of scouts. 43 scouts from BlueElephanto. We'll watch those numbers go down. Knights coming in as well. Elephants bringing up the rear with archers. This is so many scouts. It looks like every Wow, yeah, every Springold going down. The scouts, in the meantime, acting purely as a meat shield. Elephant's doing excellent damage. This looks like a great battle from BlueElephanto. He does have to worry about these towers, but actually elephants are great at dealing with towers. So you can even just click your units to attack those towers. They'll take them down. The archers, in the meantime, will shoot at other units. And I wouldn't be surprised if no elephant goes down here, although perhaps with the war junk on the side, this elephant will. So I'd like him to pull these back, but they are doing a great job and letting these units completely clean up what's up here. Really, really nice job from BlueElephanto. Pushed out with all the scouts. So, folks, if you want to see how to take out Springolds, you know, that was, what, 10 Springolds? That's 4,000 resources. He made 43 scouts, which should be, what, 2,400 resources? I might be miscounting that. Okay, so towers going down now. Elephant's doing a good job on that front. And I don't think he lost any. So really, remember, these are 1,000 resources each. So heal these things up. Get them away from the towers. There we go, yeah. So the ones with a little more health, this one's still in danger of going down. But this tower will go down really, really quickly. Oh, we do it in time? Not in time. Elephant goes down. Just like that, 1,000 resources down. Nevertheless, I think this is really good for BlueElephanto. Confusing these in the red, so maybe I'll just call him Elephanto. Just noticed that now. See some blue units in the back of Elephanto's base. Some crossbows. These are going to get cleaned up really quickly by veteran archers. Now, Sjow has a lot of gold. I wouldn't be surprised if he works towards the Imperial Age, looking at his resources. But looking at his game situation, if he's not confident in this position, and I don't think he should be, then going to the Imperial Age is a trap, right? That's 3,600 resources that could be going to the army you need to hold off your opponent. On the other hand, Elephanto could go up really safely. This castle is pretty safe. Yes, it could be trebbed down very, very slowly, but it can also be repaired. There's lots of villagers around even to do that right here. He can take some time, heal up his elephants. I really like his position here, having pushed back his opponent, cleaning up a bunch of units on this side as well. So, really nice by him. We'll take a look at the numbers. 72 economy, 73 military for Elephanto in the red. 76-71. Very, very close game here. Sjow has pulled ahead in terms of his economy, at least in terms of his villager plus fishing ship numbers. I think he should probably make another dock somewhere down here, but it looks like he might not be able to defend it as it is anyway. So we'll try to keep an eye on if we see an Imperial Age click up. I'd really love to see a single scholar heal up these elephants. Now has the resources to click up, and I think he will. It makes sense to me that he will. Scholar taking back this sacred site up here. Small group of men-at-arms swinging around on the bottom. So Sjow just trying to make his opponent's life difficult. You never want your opponent to feel safe on their own side. And you actually see this scholar. Look at that line of sight after the upgrades they get. Oh, he has these knights. I didn't notice that. Oh, I thought he was going to grab this sacred site for a minute. I thought that was very ballsy. He is not. He is grabbing the relic. The men-at-arms looks like they will not see him either. So, well played by red. Okay, so knights getting driven back by the Springolds. He is almost up to the Imperial Age. Let's take a quick look. Hissar Academy. Which one is this? So I think this oh, this is the one that generates... I think this is the one that generates food over time. But I don't know if it's... Oh, there it goes. So I'm going to keep an eye on the food that comes out of this thing. Just for a minute. So 32. And we're at 33 seconds. 39 seconds. Okay, so every 6 seconds, 32 food is coming out of this. So currently generating 320 food per minute. So not bad, but really not that great. Hopefully, as more technologies come in, we'll try to check back and we'll see that number go up. But this is great. I haven't noticed that number on this building before, so I've never had a sense of what it is doing for me. This elephant almost certainly going down due to that springled mass. Elephanto needs to be rather careful here. Probably going to lose another elephant. Another keep going up from him. And he has clicked village fortresses, so if he can keep these keeps alive and he can survive until that tech comes in, that is a big and. This thing, 18 minutes off. I think it's getting longer. I could be wrong, but I think it's bugged. It's getting longer based on more scholars. So not ideal. Now he has a pretty decent springled mass of his own here. They can be taken out by crossbows though. So scouts are actually probably a pretty good unit to tank against crossbows. They're meaty, but they're light, and so crossbows won't get any bonus damage. And of course the scouts can be used to take out the springled. So I could be wrong, but I think that Elephanto has what he needs to jump on this. I think he could have jumped. The archers can take out the crossbows. Scouts can tank and take out the springled. So any stray shots will tend to go into scouts because they're up close. And of course, springleds can take out other springleds or the crossbows. So I think he had what he needed, but no cleanup just there yet. Wouldn't be surprised to see Sjow add a different unit in here. More crossbows, more spears. Okay. So, do we see Sjow? Pardon me. Sjow can be clicking up any minute now. He can just buy the food he needs. Man-at-Arms getting into the back of his base. I'll take a quick look here. So, I'd like to see the damage these knights do when they're not on their charge. But 45 damage is a lot, right? These are elite lancers. Let's keep an eye. 34 attack. So very nice. You see the sword is the Kalige, which is the sword you get after honed blades. So very cool there. Taking back the sacred site up top. Something good to keep on over time. And we do finally see a couple of traction trebuchets out of the Mongol player. I think this is the right play. You want to chip away at your opponent's castles. Even if it takes all day, they'll have to repair it. You don't want them to feel safe in their base. I know I've said that a few times, but I think that makes sense to do. And you may even draw more focus to this area, in which case you could maybe loop around the other side of the map and perform some sort of flank. So springled war going on here. Sjow has far more springles, so he'll win that one. But Elephanto definitely using them intelligently, trying to take out the ship that's been here for pretty much most of the game now. Elephanto is almost maxed for his population, so he is going to want to push here, one way or another. Just push so as to not overextend himself. I'd like to see it. Okay, so here we go. So Bombard coming out from him. Knights, actually quite a few knights. I see 30 knights here and 17 scouts. So knights maybe not the best choice for the crossbows. They will kill them though, and if scouts are tending to eat some fire from the knights, they should do quite well. And remember, with those honed blades, those knights are nasty. Those are better than normal knights. You have to keep that in mind. They might not be French royal knights, but they are very good nevertheless. And that technology was hard earned. That took, sure it was free, but it took 9 minutes to come in. So this to me, yeah, wow. 32 knights there. This is looking like a death well from BlueElephanto. So looking back at this game, because I don't know how Blue is going to hold this. I mean, he's making more springolds. He's going to try to take out the siege of his opponent. I think you have to be pretty clever to succeed. I mean, maybe he takes out a bombard or two. Even if he takes all of the... In fact, all Red will really want to do is protect these bombards. He can lose the springolds. He just needs to take out his opponent's army mass and just march these springolds forward. So these Springolds will end the game in Red's favor if Blue is not careful. But I think we may be beyond that. So these crossbows doing excellent damage now. So the scouts... Oh, these are the Lancers. Did I miss the scouts? They must be in here somewhere. They're just almost all dead. So the scouts running in, trying to kill Springolds, doing what they can. This army mass is cleaned up. The Springolds are down. At this point, you know, this is enough knights. Oh, there's some of the scouts there. You can see them at the front there. Taking out the crossbows. And so calls it. BlueElephanto takes it as the Delhi against the Mongols on a hybrid map. So really good, actually, Civ pick for both of them on this map. Hope you enjoyed the game. This has been Paragon RG, and I will catch you next time.